Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. This is your girl, Abigail Mensabonsu. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you who are new to my teachings, welcome. I am the CEO and founder of the Moon Goddess Publishing, Moon Goddess Academy, and the Moon Goddess Circles. And here is this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. So last week was all about integration because we know the Lionsgate and the new moon really amplified our ability to receive more light. It was a very high frequency, high vibration portal that is actually still open. Remember, we are in this portal till about the 14th, right? The 14th, 12th, the 14th. And then even after that, we're still going to be feeling the energy because August is an 8 number. So we're still going to be feeling that energy until August is completely over and that door will be completely closed. So what does that mean? So last week for me was very, I felt very exhausted. Like I literally took it easy. Every time I pushed myself to do something, I would feel just like, ugh. Right, just blah. So I wonder how many of you felt this. Were you able to allow your body to integrate all that high frequency, all that light that it received, right? So if you didn't allow your body to do that, that's going to be continuing through this week. If you did, take it slow, listen to your body and give it what it needs so that it can integrate the light that you just received, the light codes into every cell within your being and activate your DNA. Then this week is about what truths are ready to emerge in your life. So basically what I'm being shown is like the veil is being removed so you can see the truth behind the illusion. So it's the revealing, the revelation of the truth that is hidden behind the veil or hidden behind the illusions. So it makes a lot of sense why, as I'm diving into this week's energy, like Mother Mary's energy came in very strongly, both personally and also for all of us as a whole. And you know, she was emanating that frequency, the blue ray, and the blue ray, like the part of the blue ray, the wisdom that is coming through is the wisdom of truth. It's the ray of truth. I mean, there's other ones, but that's the one that stood out for me. And so as I saw Mother Mary illuminated in that blue ray light, that is the message that came through, the truth, which makes sense with the message that is coming in this week, removing the veil so you can see the truth behind it, being able to move through the illusion, removing the illusion so you can see the truth. So this week for you, if you did the work, if you allowed the light to integrate last week, if you allowed your body to slow down enough to integrate all of the high frequency that they just received, then this week is going to be about truth revelations. What kind of truths have been hidden from you? Whatever that is going to start showing itself this week, right? This is going to be really good. And the different levels to this, and it's very much uniquely to you, but I'm also getting like on a bigger scale, like what truths will be coming out for human consciousness, for us human, all of us as a whole, right? So it's really cool. And then the other aspect, so Mother Mary comes in to really support us this week with the blue ray energy, the blue ray of light. And then on top of that, we have some of the masters of light who are coming in, which some of them are in charge of the rays of light. So these is like master level support, mentorship, love, light that is coming through for us this week. It makes a lot of sense because for me, it tells me a lot about what we received with that 8/8 portal, right? The peak of it, and then the new moon, like all of that we received, like where we're operating at. If you've heard me talk about this, you know that whatever we attract to us is what we are in the same frequency with. right? So that's why it's so hard for archangels, for us to easily tune into the archangelic realm unless your frequency is as high as theirs, right? Because their will is connected to the divine of God, the divine, and that's who they serve. That's how high their vibration are, versus the like the guardian angels, who are more on our level. That's why they always walk with us. They're right here with us, right? They're able to be with us in this dense frequency. But the archangels, the ascended masters, they're higher frequency. And when you are invited to work with a ascended master, the part of the invitation is for you to also raise your frequency, raise your frequency to a higher level, right? Because it takes doing that in order for you to truly be open to receiving the mentorship, right? So yeah, it's really cool. Like last week really elevated our frequency, like amazingly, like on a bigger scale, right? And of course, each person had the choice to receive it or not. As we know, there are people who did not receive it, and that's okay. That's your path, right? And there are many more that did receive, that opened up to receive more of who they are, more of their light, more of their truth, their wisdom, receiving clarity, right? Being activated in the codes of their soul, right? So, well, we have a choice in everything. So, as we are given opportunities to up level, you just have to know that, because just because you're saying yes to it doesn't mean that every single person on the planet, or every single person that you come in contact with, is on the same level as you. We're all on the same path. So you got to practice that compassion, right? Practice compassion, understand that they're on their own path, that, they're doing the best with whatever they have, right? Whatever they know, they're doing their best. And you just focus on how you can do your best, because that's how you change the world around you, is by you living the example, you being the example. It's not even by teaching. For me, I'm looking at the teachers that I'm very drawn to. It's because they embody their teachings. Like you know that it's not just words that are coming through. It's part of the DNA. It's like who they are, and you can feel it. You can feel it. Like we need to be that living examples, because as we're teaching, people can watch us and feel us, right? Like, oh my gosh, you are the physical embodiment of love, and you're preaching love. So it makes sense. You are the embodiment of wisdom, and you are sharing your wisdom. It makes sense. Because remember, this is something that I've been teaching my clients, is that we need to start going beyond what we're being shown on the surface and begin to connect energetically. Because on the surface, there's so many masks, so much illusion, that anyone can be anything and say whatever. But one thing that never lies is energy, is their vibration, is their frequency. So if you are someone who connects with others on that level, on the energy, on the level of energy and frequency, it makes life easier, right? Because you really truly know that person, and you're not dependent on the words that are coming out of your mouth, out of their mouth. You're not dependent on how they look on the outside. You're going within and you're checking them out from there to see if that is true. That's all that matters. I feel like more and more people are being asked to move in there, as they've reached a point on your journey where it's like, you need to go beyond this and go, it's so cool, and go behind that, like really feel them, like feel them out. This also comes with a message with Mother Mary, with the blue ray of truth, right? Being able to identify the truth beyond the illusion. What is the illusion that you're being shown or you've been fed all your life? And when that illusion is gone, what is beyond that? That is more energetic frequency, energetic signature, right? You're tuning into that. That is where the truth is. You cannot lie with energy, right? I've always been able to do that. And usually either pisses people off and they're like, in awe with how I knew what I knew. It just makes life very easy. There was something else coming in. The other thing that was coming in is, and this is like, question everything. This goes for the message of moving beyond the illusion and going behind and really feeling the energetic signature, if it is true soul level or not, right? Question everything you see. Question everything you hear. Not everything that a teacher says or your mentor says or, whoever says might resonate with you or is true for you, right? How do you know if something is true? How do you know if something is true? It's not about a universal truth thing that we're talking about here. How do you know if something is true to you? When you hear someone speaking about something, you can feel it right here. Literally, it will resonate through every part of your cell, throughout your body. And you'll be like, this feels true to me. Sometimes you hear something from a teacher, that you trust and you follow, and all of a sudden it's like, that doesn't feel good to me. I don't think that's right. And that is okay. We need to start moving into the direction where not all truths are meant for us. Some truths are meant for this person, and some is for that person. Some is for you, right? If something doesn't feel true to you, it doesn't mean that all of it is not true. It just means that it's not your truth. We need to start being discerning here, and also bringing that compassion. Like, what I'm hearing doesn't feel true to me, but I bet you there's someone hearing that same thing and going, oh my gosh, yeah, that feels good. This one comes in handy, especially when, I feel like this is an experience that I had where, a person was telling me about a symbol that I've been working with, and, like how the symbol is wrong and is connected to this message instead, and all of that. And it is very interesting because a part of me was angry. The anger part was that I wasn't inviting that information. Like, of course, ask me if I want to know more. Better yet, how about you ask me what that symbol means to me? Remember the whole truth that we're talking about. What is truth? What is not? What is my truth? Right? So better yet, if she would have asked me if, hey, I've seen this symbol they use a lot. What does it mean to you? Like, get to know that. And then you're like, well, I heard about this information too. Would you like to know? Right? Everything should be an invitation when you're working. And I'm hoping that we're moving to that direction where when you're working with other beings, your ideals, your thoughts, your beliefs doesn't have to be for every single person. So if you're open, if you're feeling like sharing it, make sure that you invite them, you ask them if you can share that with them. And it is up to them to say yes or no without taking that as, to heart, like, right? It is up to them. And hopefully how they decide is based on, is this the time for me to listen to this truth or not? Am I ready? Am I in that frequency to receive this truth or not? Or perhaps it's not even the truth at all. And if it is not the truth at all, they can sense it before you even share with them. And they can say, no, thank you, I'm good. We can honor that. We can honor wherever we are, whatever choices we make, whether we think is the right thing or the wrong thing. It's not our decision. It is the other person's decision. It is their choices. It is their path. So we can honor their path wherever they are and simply just beam onto them all the love and the light that we can, so that they can always find their way back to themselves, their true north, their soul, their heart, their universe. Right? That's very important. Life always extends an invitation for us. We have to also practice doing the same thing. As I'm sharing this weekly energy forecast, it's an invitation for you to get to learn about the energies that we work with. for you to receive the messages. If it doesn't vibe with you, it's okay. It's not for you, right? As a teacher, we need to also understand that. I've been very fortunate to have amazing role models who taught me this, who exemplified this. Whereas, like, as a teacher, the messages that are coming through, and the right people will always find it. If it is not for you, you would know, because you won't be drawn to it, right? And we can honor that. We can honor that without being attached to the messages, to the process, to the whatever that is. Beautiful. So I want to hear from you. Make sure you put it in the comments. How do you feel? How did you feel from last week? All the energies that came in. Were you able to allow your body to integrate or not? Where are you there? So let's go ahead and do our centering, and then we can start with the messages. So close your eyes wherever you are, taking some deep breaths in. You can place one hand on your heart, one on your stomach or your womb, or place both hands on your heart, whichever feels good to you. And go ahead and breathe in, breathe into your heart space, and see that beautiful ball of light within your heart space. And as you breathe into your heart, this ball of light gets bigger and brighter and more powerful. From this place of your heart, go ahead and open your channel upward, send it up, and see that source, the heart of source above you, that golden ball of light, and go ahead and plug right into it. And when you do, open up your channel and begin to receive that golden light just pouring down your channel, pouring into your body, spreading into every part of your body, every part of your cell. Go into your DNA strands, activating, clearing, cleansing, restructuring it if it needs. So I'm getting some of you getting like restructuring. And bring that golden flame, a portion of that golden flame, into your heart. So you have this beautiful golden flame there. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and call in your higher self into your heart, which your higher self is going to come in with its own color of flame. Pay attention to that. That one is very unique to all of us. And perhaps it changes every time, because I asked you to do this every time. And now again, bring your awareness to your heart and extend your channel downward. So you can do this by allowing your roots to come out. So your roots from both feet and also the base of your spine. Allow that to go all the way into the earth, into the center of the earth, where you see the heart of the Divine Mother. And go ahead and plug into it. Like you can see crystals. Mine is like this crystalline turquoise water, and it has crystals underneath it and surrounded. It's like an amethyst cave with this water. So I can always go there and plug into it. And that's one of them. I have another one, which is an ancient tree that I just root to root, just connect it right there, right? So just go ahead and anchor into the Divine Mother's heart. And again, open up your channel and begin to receive her light, her love, her nourishment, her support, her blessings, and bring it up, 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 up through your roots, throughout your entire body, just like you did with the light from above. Let your cells drink it up. Let it go to your DNA level. Restructuring, healing, blessing, activating, breathe, and bring that light also in your heart. So this time you should see these three flames representing your higher self, the Divine Mother, and the Divine Father. And begin to see these three flames merge together and turn into one flame. And once they do, it explodes out and creates this beautiful bubble, crystalline bubble of light all around you. Big one. Big one. All around you. And at the base of that ball of light that is surround you, which I want you to breathe into this space where you're connected to above, below, and also within you. I'm going to ask beloved Saint Germain and the silver violet flame to come in and kind of just set ablaze your ball of light. And I'm just bringing in that extra protection so that you can burn off, or you can repel anything that is not for your highest good. That feels really good. It's going to keep you good through the week. Beautiful. So from this space in your heart, go ahead and ask which of these messages is for me. 1, 2, or 3. Once you receive your number or numbers, with gratitude, go ahead and open your eyes, open and ready to receive your message. And then take a drink of water. All right, so, oh, I love this. Okay. So if you're drawn to card number 1, you are working. Remember, the messages this week, they are ascended masters. They are, the ascended masters coming in. So if you receive card number 1, you are working with Paul the Venetian, who's an ascended master of light. And his message that is coming in for you this week is about experiencing grace this week. So let's see what else is coming with. And he says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Okay, let's see what else he's saying. So at first, a little bit about Paul the Venetian. So he is said to be the ascended master from ascended form of Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. The Venetian refers to the fact that he was connected to Venice, Italy. Gotcha. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. He is the keeper of light who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. He brings waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement, and works with all artists, musicians, designers, and anyone else who needs support in channeling their talents. So here's his message now. Whatever creative ideas you are having at this time, they are inspired by the divine. So pay attention to what comes into your mind, like what ideas come through. Pay attention to that this week. Paul the Venetian is here to help you channel your gifts. You may have felt blocked or held back in the past, but now it's time to recognize how talented you are. Follow your bliss and share your grace. Your creativity is a gift to the world, and as you share it with all those around you, you make space in your heart for goodness to enter. Recognize your gifts today and express your creative self in a way that suits you. Recognize your gifts today and express your creative self in a way that suits you. Paul the Venetian, card number 1. That's who you're working with this week. Pay attention to ideas that pop into your mind this week. Is divinely inspired, and follow through with it. The next one is Odin. If you received card number 2, you're working with Odin. And he's bringing in psychic insight. So again, it's like we're getting a lot of downloads this week, right? So he says, your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So this one goes perfectly with this week's message about the truth, breaking through the illusion. And he says, your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Card number 2. So a little bit about Odin. Odin is the Norse all-father god who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing god. His twin flame is Freya, and like her, he has a raven totem. And you can see in the picture the little ravens around him, right? The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mimir, so that he could gain the wisdom of the ages. He's a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us recognize that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. After all, we are the creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet, so the runes basically, and works closely with signs, symbols, and omen. So again, this week, if you are working with Odin, if you receive card number 2, pay attention to the signs, the symbols, and the omens and the synchronicities. Odin is also connected to Wednesday. So all those who were born on Wednesday, pay attention to the message here, because most likely there's a truth in there for you, or it's already activated within you. I'm a Wednesday born. So the part about wisdom, intuition, third eye fully open, I feel like I was born with that already, right? So if you're born on a Wednesday, pay attention to this medicine here, because it's probably not something that it's just this week, like you were born with it. It's going to be amplified this week for you, especially. So here's his message for you for this week. You are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Remember, I was talking about that before, right? Yes. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. Yep. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the light keepers to say that they are honoring your work. So a part of this, and this is the other message that's coming in, because again, we're working with Odin and the third eye, right? If you are just awakening, if you haven't really completely opened your third eye, this week might be very activating for you there, right? If you're someone who, I'm getting like clarification of our inner sight, of our third eye. So if you already have your third eye open, sometimes it can get like clogged up and gunked up due to what you are viewing, where you're going, where you should not be going, right? And so I'm getting like the violet flame, and that's why I love that the violet flame is like around our bubble of light. So it's also going to go to the third eye and kind of burn off anything that is blocking your clear sight. There we go. Anything that is blocking your clear sight will be burned off, so you can receive that crystal clarity. You can truly look within and find the answers that you need and see beyond what people are showing you, right? And your body is also really good at telling you. It just reminded me of what we were talking ahead, when you come into the presence of someone, if they're not true, your body will give you signs, right? You would know. It's like a feeling in your body. You're like, right? Pay attention to that. So Odin, this week for you will really help you activate this beautiful inner vision that we have, clear it to this crystal clear, and so that we can see beyond what is in front of us, because this also allows you to create your life from a place of expansion, like expansive consciousness, right? When you can't see in front of you, then you cannot see your future. You can't know what it is that you want to create, let alone start to create it, right? So in this case, you get in that clarity so that you can plan ahead and begin to call in what you're seeing ahead of you, right? Really cool. All right, so card number 2, Odin, and he says psychic insights. Now let's go to card number 3. I love that this goddess is bringing in the balance, because so far we've had the divine masculine show up, right? So now we have the divine feminine showing up. So card number 3, you're working with beloved Bridget, and she's bringing in inner strength. She says, move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness and recognize that you have the power. Immediately, just like in the picture, she's holding the flame in the hearts. So if you remember, like the centering meditation that I always walk you guys through, you go into your heart, you ignite that flame within your heart. So she is the keeper of that sacred flame. So she's going to help you. She's going to come in and help you make sure that you have that a healthy flame within you, right? And if you follow me, if you've been doing the centering exercise with me, you have a healthy flame there, but you really make sure it's crystallized. So a little bit about her. Bridget is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire and the time of spring. She is the twin flame of Cernunnos. She was so well loved by the Celtic people that when Christianity came to Ireland, she was adopted as a saint of holy wells and other holy places. She is a powerful figure who can help us channel our energy into something that is important to our growth. And as she herself has lasted through the ages, she adds longevity to our journey so that we can reach a deep state of wholeness. You can call on her to bring her sacred flames to burn away anything that's not serving you, to bless any new projects you have in mind, and for support with fertility. So here's her message for you if you're drawn to card number 3. Your spiritual fire is growing within. Recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you think. You have come a long way since you've begun this journey. There is a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you to do the same. Be aware of new projects, opportunities, and fertile ideas that can grow into something larger than you may imagine. Call on the fiery goddess Bridget to light the way ahead. I love this message. Again, it's showing like be open to the downloads that you will be receiving. Again, it's like that the ray of blue, like the blue ray is really bringing in like the intuition, right? Is bringing in truth, like really breaking free from illusions, and allowing you to receive those downloads. It's really cool. Like I'm really digging this energy this week, right? So that is your message from Bridget. If you were drawn to card number 3, is really cool. And I love this last part. Call on the fiery goddess Bridget to light the way ahead of you. It reminds me, when you're working with that heart light, it reminds me of the hermit. It reminds me of the hermit who is, that light that he's holding or she's holding is not an external source of light. It is his own heart light that is leading the way, right? It's such a metaphor for how, don't look at light. Don't look for light outside of yourself because it's already within you. Go within, cultivate your own heart light, and let that guide the way. It's like it always reminds me of like the North Star. The moment you ignite that's the star or the sun within you, it points to the direction where you need to go. It illuminates your path for you, and by doing that, when you bring in light, it can. What am I looking for? It disperses the cloudiness, the illusions that are on the path too. So powerful messages today. So to end this, Mother Mary also has a message for you. So we're going to end with Mother Mary's message. And let's see here. So the aspect of Mother Mary that is coming through to work with us this week is Our Lady who sends the angels. How perfect is this, right? Our Lady who sends the angels. Look how beautiful this card is. And again, you see the blue around her. I also love the red. It's like the fire. Yeah. Our Lady who sends the angels. So let's see what message she has for us. So with this one, I want you to actually close your eyes and drop into your heart and open the ears of your heart to receive this message from the Divine Mother. I have vast resources and can assist you in endless ways. Pray to me that I may send you my angels. Angelic forces work with my divine plan of love to lift you, to show you the way through the darkness of struggle and into the light of understanding. I will send them to you, to your loved ones, and your future to provide a light that will help you find your way. Fear not, I have legions of heavenly warriors who will be by your side. Angelic energy is beneficial in so many ways. It even works if you don't believe in angels. These heavenly helpers provide us with assistance whenever we pray to the forces that love us unconditionally. The Holy Mother Mary has a special connection with angelic forces. I believe she's called She of 1,000 Angels, I believe so. She's sometimes known as the Queen of Angels. Her life was blessed by angelic interventions, which marked new times in her life. She was forewarned of challenges that were coming, but that would ultimately become the pathways for her to truly serve the world and fulfill a divine destiny that continues to assist millions of human souls in finding spiritual liberation and peace. The oracle of Our Lady who sends the angel comes with these messages for you. Breathe and receive. Your sense of angelic energy around you is absolutely accurate and correct. You are asked to trust in these beings and continue to pray for their assistance, protection, and intervention. Also, you are being asked to call upon angelic energies to call upon angelic energies for assistance in your life right now, because there are certain circumstances that will heal more swiftly with angelic help. The Holy Mother would like these circumstances in your life to heal so that you can continue to serve and help others. She wants to help you by sending her angels to you, but you must remember to use your free will to act on a regular basis. Also, you're being encouraged to explore angelic connections for your own personal spiritual growth and healing. Asking for the angels to help you to find your best spiritual practice, to be with you during your yoga class and meditation, to be with you when you sit in nature to connect with your heart, or lay on the sand to relax and regenerate yourself, will help you with this process. If there is a difficult discussion you need to have, or a job interview, or a challenging situation of any kind before you, ask for angelic help to guide you through it for the greatest good. If you have been drawn to read about the angels and do healing practices with them, this oracle is an encouragement to do so. For the impulse within your own heart has come directly from the angelic forces and the Divine Mother herself. If there is a situation in your life that you are completely uncertain of, that you simply do not know how to handle, perhaps even a situation that involves another person or group, this oracle has a special message for you. You have the power to call on angelic assistance for anyone, provided that it be done from a pure heart and without attachment to the outcome. Simply saying, angels, can you please help me with, and briefly naming the person or situation will be enough. Our Lady who sends the angels is confirming that these real forces, her angelic helpers, are alive and well and want to help you now. So keep asking and empowering them to do so. If you have already asked for a solution and surrendered, then this oracle brings you a particular message. The angels are letting you know that they are on the job and sorting out a solution. So stay tuned, stay in your heart. Taking a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Close your eyes, breathe into your body, breathe into your heart. And imagine that you are stepping into a white fire. At the center of that fire, there's a woman in flowing white and blue robes. Angelic wings are all around her, shining white and pale blue. Her energy and the energy around her feels powerful, loving, and ecstatic. She opens her arms and smiles at you, and suddenly you sense that all around you are angelic wings, shining white and pale blue. You sense the powerful love and ecstatic energy around you now, and you know everything is going to work out. You will know what you need to do when you need to do it, and you'll be capable of doing whatever is required of you. Now repeat after me as we speak this 3 times. Our Lady and the angels who love me unconditionally, I ask for help, your protection and invention and divine assistance. Please help me in all areas of my life, including, and you can add whatever situation you're having a hard time with. Through my own free will, so be it. Thank you. We're going to do this 2 more times. Our Lady and the angels who love me unconditionally, I ask for your help, your protection, intervention, and divine assistance. Please help me in all areas of my life, including through my own free will, so be it. Thank you. Our Lady and the angels who love me unconditionally, I ask for your help, your protection, intervention, and divine assistance. Please help me in all areas of my life, including through my own free will, so be it. And thank you. Take a deep breath in and out. Breathe into your heart. Really feel all those angelic wings, angelic beings that have surrounded you now, ready to work with you anytime. You just have to ask. Feel the presence of Mother Mary and the blue ray around you. You have all the support that you need, all the help that you need. Are you willing? Are you willing to use it? Thank you, Divine Mother. Thank you, angels. Thank you, higher self. Thank you to all our helpers, our divine helpers, for being with us this week and showing the way, breaking through illusions so that we can find the truth of who we are, our true core truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this. Thank you. Beautiful. And so it is. And so it is. Feel free to come to that last part and do it often this week. If you need to center, you can do the first part, the centering visualization that I always walk you through. Do it as often as you need. But use this opportunity to call in and work with the angels. Here's the thing. Before you call any being in, make sure that you've done that first part of anchoring into divinity, right? The sun above, or the divine above and the divine below, the divine father, divine mother, your higher self. Make sure that you're centered and that you have that bubble of light around you. Because when you are operating from this high place of your true connection to source, then any being that you call in has to be in vibration with that love of the divine. And it will block out any false beings that might personify any of the, whoever you're working with. Only brings in the light. Only brings in that which is in alignment with source light. Because you are vibrating in that frequency. So take some time before you call on any angels, you call on any ascended masters, you call on anyone. Before you do that, make sure that you've created your connection with source. You're anchored to Divine Mother. You have your bubble of light around you. Call your divine team, your higher self within your heart. Stand in your power, stand in your light. And then from that place, call in whoever you're being called to work with. So important. All right, my loves, before I end this, applications for my book Miraculous is still open. There's still some spots open. So if you're interested in becoming a best-selling author by sharing your transformation, inspiring, healing story in this book, make sure you click on the link to apply to be a contributor in the book. The two levels that you can contribute. So make sure you check it out. And yeah, I hope to see your application come through, and I hope to connect with you. This is going to be an amazing book. The contributors in there they're already amazing. So I'm really excited about this. From my heart to yours, have a fabulous week. Until next time. Bye.